Hello everybody, it's me Tony and welcome back to another TTBurger discussion video. This video is going to be kind of a follow-up to my discussion video on the PlayStation Classic. This is going to be an update because they announced all the games that are going to be announced for the PlayStation Classic, and I wanted to just share my thoughts on them and everything like that, and share my thoughts on the lineup and stuff. Joining me once again is
Razor Blade 1812.
Hello Toby, and yep. The list has been announced for about a couple weeks now, but just that I was kind of falling behind a little bit, so I kind of apologize for there. And yeah, now the games are released, and I'm going to show you the list of games here right now in this picture. Now in this picture we got the games are Battle Arena Toshinden, Cool Borders 2, Destruction Derby, Final Fantasy 7, Grand Theft Auto, Intelligent Cube. Well, I already counted. I'm not counting. Well, Jumping Flash, Metal Gear Solid, Mr. Driller, Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey, Persona, Rayman, Resident Evil Director's Cut, Ridge Racer, the R for Ridge Racer Type 4, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Siphon
Super
Filter,
Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo.
That's what I meant, sorry. Siphon Filter, Tekken 3, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, Twisted Metal, and Wild Arms. Those are the 20 games they have for it. Now, my thoughts on this game selection is, I do own a lot of I do like a lot of the games that are on here, but the problem is I already own most of these games already. I own let's see, I own. I'm gonna count the ones I own here.
And I do have Toshinden, Cool Borders, Destruction Derby, Final Fantasy, GTA, Intelligent Cube, or Kurushi as it's known around
Europe and Australia. And Australia too, yeah. I own 16 of the 20 games that are on this thing.
Actually, I own 19 of them. 18, sorry. Because of Revelations Persona, which only got a US and Japanese release. And Twisted Metal, which I don't have that yet. But I do have Twisted Metal 2, aka Twisted Metal Road Tour, as it's known and where I live.
Yeah, I mean, these games are great, but I already own a lot of them. And some of the games that are in here aren't that great. I mean, the original Grand Theft Auto, I don't care for, and I do love Siphon Filter, and I do love Tekken 3 and Twisted Metal, and I like Rayman and Metal Gear Solid and stuff like that, and Intelligent Cube, and Cool Borders 2, Destruction Derby, and Final Fantasy 7, and Mr. Driller and stuff, and a lot of these games. But I already own these games, like I said, and just that with Resident Evil Director's Cut, you don't know if you're gonna be getting the version with the crappy remake soundtrack,
which was of course for legal reasons, apparently, from what I've seen Kitagrist's video of it.
I did not see this, so I gotta check that out. And Oddworld, I love, like I said, a lot. I've already watched Silent Rob's video about this and how I learned about the games being on there and stuff, and I have
known Oddworld since I first played the demo of it way back in 1998 when I got my PlayStation, and where a demo of that game was included on there, which is of course known as the Demo 1 version 5 that most European gamers like myself know.
Well, I've known about Oddworld since late 1999 when I played it at my my cousin's house on Thanksgiving and stuff, and it was awesome and stuff. But what are your thoughts on the selection of the 20 games here? What are your thoughts on the selection?
The selection is, well, kind of okay, but they probably could have added like Klonoa or
Time Crisis, or they could have added the...
But then again, because there's no light gun support, and the fact that the modern HDMI TVs don't use light guns, so no Time Crisis there, no Point Blank, no anything. And
they could have added the original air combat and stuff, and they could have added
Ridge Racer.
Well, we already got a Ridge Racer game on it, but they could have added a flying game on there and stuff like that and such, and it's just that I am impressed they got Metal Gear Solid there. They could have also
added in Wipeout as well, even though, because of the licensed music, some games have licensed music, it's not really possible, and the same even goes for Gran Turismo with the loads of licenses that these games had that they already had expired already long now, and they could never be renewed.
Yeah, I am surprised they were able to get Metal Gear Solid on here. I mean, like, I did not expect Metal Gear Solid to be on here because of the state of Konami right now. I know a lot of people are upset that Castlevania Symphony of the Night is not in this thing. But
And neither
again,
was Tomba or Tombi.
Yeah, but I did not expect Tomba to be a part of this thing anyway, because Tomba is not even well known. But Intelligent Cube, that surprised me even more because like that game was a part of the very first demo disc I got for my system.
Alongside with Oddworld Apes Odyssey, which of course Kuroshi was also on the same disc and where Oddworld Apes Odyssey was featured on.
Yeah, but like there's not really much.
So you essentially got 2 games on the PlayStation Classics, which got playable demos on the Demo 1 version 5.
Yeah, but like, since I got these games for like a very cheap price, I'm not gonna want to spend $100 just so I can replay these games over again with HDMI support and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, Final Fantasy VII is a little pricey, but it's not as pricey as it was back in like 2010 or something like that, we'll say. And like, of course, like I can understand with Jumping Flash, that game is kind of hard to find, but you can in a good condition, but you can find it on Amazon and stuff. And I know Wild Arms is expensive, but I don't care about Wild Arms. It looks stupid, and like, and of course, Battle Arena Toshinden, you can buy that game for like a very cheap price as well. So, I mean, if they're going to include a Battle Arena Toshinden game, why not include the second one, the best one?
Yeah, and Twisted Metal, while it is super easy as fuck to find over in North America, in Europe though, well, not really a lot, because Twisted Metal really wasn't a big seller over here in Europe, and that's why both Twisted Metal and Twisted Metal 2, aka World Tour, sell for a lot of money over here these days in Europe.
Yeah, I mean, like, Rainbow Six is also a surprise. I mean, like, I never played the original Rainbow Six, but I heard the original Rainbow Six on the PS1 was not very good, so I guess it is kind of a shock that game's on there. But then again, I'm not the judge. I don't know. I don't know anything about Rainbow Six, so I can't say anything. But it was cool that they got Siphon Filter, because Siphon Filter is definitely a fantastic. The first 3 Siphon Filter games were awesome. And
yeah, cool, especially don't forget about the taser that Gabe has that he can zap all these enemies with. That was awesome. It was almost on par with the Cerebral board Turok 2.
Oh yeah, who can be definitely. Shame Turok. Shame the first 2 Turok games never got a PlayStation 1 release. Would have been nice if they did, but that's just me. But Destruction Derby, not bad, but like it's just that I just can't see any gamer these days, modern gamer, wanting to play Destruction Derby. I mean, I love Destruction Derby. I made a review on Destruction Derby. I plan on remaking the reviews of my Destruction Derby games, but Destruction Derby it kind of hasn't really aged that well and stuff. But I mean, like, of course, it's no surprise that Final Fantasy VII's on there, and Tekken 3's on there, and R4 Returns to Type 4 and stuff. But it would have been nice if they had like Soul Edge or Soul Blade and Rayman
and Klonoa, just in order to make the full Namco 3, my own Namco 3, Tekken 3, Ridge Racer Type 4, and Klonoa complete. Because those were those 3 Namco games that I had in my childhood.
And Rayman, I like Rayman. It's just kind of, I like Rayman. It's good that we get the best version of the game. It means like the best version, PlayStation version is coming on this miniature culture console. But then again, Rayman, I never beat the original Rayman. It was just way too hard for me. And then Persona, I never played. And I don't really care to play Persona. But it would have been nice if they got games like Parasite Eve or Chrono Cross. Or Jade or Jade
I thought you
Cocoon.
actually hate Chrono Cross.
I know, I don't like Chrono Cross, but it would have been nice to get anything other than Persona, I mean. And we're forgetting one game here that could have been included. Starblade Alpha. That would have been, we forgot all about that one. Starblade Alpha would have been a fun game to like, have instead of that. Or some
Ape
helicopter
Escape.
game. Well, they can't do Ape Escape. There's no analog sticks on the patrol.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah,
okay.
You actually mean Soviet Strike and its sequel Nuclear Strike, which is what I call Soviet Strike 2, because it is a sequel to Soviet Strike.
That's true. I mean, like it would have been
Future
nice.
Cop LAPD.
Or Armored Core. Armored Core would have been nice, or Bogey Dead 6 or something like that. Would have been nice to get those games too, or Colony Wars. Would have been nice to have Colony Wars on there.
G-Police.
Yeah,
G-Police. Oh yeah, because of the licensed music, so yeah, that's impossible.
Yeah, but they can just like replace it with generic rock music if they wanted to. They could have done that, but I guess they just didn't have the rights to. But Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo. I don't care about Street Fighter. I never have, and never will.
Yeah, so, it's too bad that this was one of my most beloved games of all time.
And Grand Theft Auto, I don't really like the first two Grand Theft Autos that much. I mean, they're fun to play for like an hour or so. And after that, you pretty much get bored of it.
Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo, as I said probably about a few times before, if you probably remember us correctly. That was, of course, why I first knew about Darkstalkers from that game. Yeah,
definitely. And Cool Borders 2, it's the best Cool Borders game in the Cool Borders series. I mean, the first one is the second best, but like Cool Borders 2, yeah, it's a fun snowboarding game, so I guess it makes sense to have that in there. And I like Cool Borders 2. But I don't really got anything else to say about it. I mean, like I've already talked about Tekken 3 and Alpha Return Type 4 and such in like the other games in like the other videos, so there really isn't no point. But I did not mention Mr. Driller. It's a fun puzzle game to play for a while and stuff, and of course like Twisted Metal, a fun vehicle combat game. So that's definite a must. But this is pretty much what we're gonna get. So those of you who, I don't think they're gonna be adding any more games. I know for the fact that they most likely won't be adding any more games. So this thing is pretty much totally useless. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many favorites of mine they put on this thing. It's considered useless. It's considered not worth buying because you only get 20 games. Compared to my big collection of games and my original PlayStation console that's right here. I don't know if you can see it. It's right there, and it still works like a beaut. And that's all I need to play my PS1 games. I don't need some better looking graphics like that, because this is something people don't understand. These games were not meant to be in HDMI. HD and high definition did not exist in the 90s. HD pretty much started getting popular in like the late 2000s and stuff like that. That's why. But unfortunately, I guess there's nothing we can say or do about it. What are you? I know I'm not gonna get the PlayStation Classic. What about you?
Me neither. Well, perhaps with the exception of the PlayStation PlayStation Classic controllers, if since they actually have USB connectors on the USB connectors, since they actually connect via USB. Perhaps maybe I should just get those, because I would like to play some of those PlayStation 1 games on my Raspberry Pi, and I probably would love to actually hold my original PlayStation controller in my hands again, perhaps.
Well, I understand that, but like, I really don't like playing games on my PC because they tend to have problems and stuff. That's one of the reasons why I don't like emulators, because emulators tend to have a lot of problems with the graphics, freezing glitches and stuff like that. So I'd rather just play the game on the actual disc and use my console to record with my Razer Ripsaw capture device, and that's how I do it. And I don't experience that many problems. Well, I will admit when I was doing some parts of some of my Let's Plays that I've done that I haven't uploaded yet, there was some pixel problems, stuff like that in some parts, but it's just because I had too many tabs open and stuff like that. But that's nothing to do with the capture device, and I like it. So I mean, I like how I do that, but I don't need this thing. So what do you have a number rating you would give it, Toby?
I think I'll give it a 7. I think 7. Decent decent game lineup, but could have been a lot better.
Well, I'm not giving it a number rating. I'm just gonna give it a not recommended out of 10, because I don't recommend this thing. I mean, if you go and buy a PlayStation, they're not that expensive. You can get it at most it probably costs $30 or so, and you can get the smaller PS1 console for cheaper than that. So you don't need this thing. Just go spend your money on an actual PlayStation console. Go buy a bunch of games for it and stuff. And then there you go. You'll have a better experience than this.
Or if you really want to have a DIY PlayStation Classic, go get yourself a Raspberry Pi and find a PlayStation Classic, a PlayStation style case for your Raspberry Pi that you can buy, and you can buy some PlayStation 2 style controllers, USB controllers, and if you have all the PlayStation games in your collection, you can make ISO images of your games on your computer, and then you can put them onto a Raspberry Pi, and you can pretty much have a PlayStation Classic, a DIY version for yourself.
See, that's much better. Then you don't have to spend like fucking $100 and stuff, and like that's the better way to go. I know Toby's going to be trying that out inside that, so like I look forward to hearing the results about that. But that's pretty much all I gotta say. You got anything else to say?
No.
I have nothing else to say. This is Tony and Toby. Peace out. Stay tuned. There's more on the way, and stay tuned. The next review will be up soon.